In a historic move, President Marcos has just signed the Self-Reliant Defense Act, sending shockwaves across the region. But why is China suddenly on edge? Could this be the start of a self-reliant Philippines standing stronger than ever? President Marcos has cast aside decades of dependence, signing into law the Self-Reliant Defense Act. This act is a monumental step, signaling a break from the past and a move towards self-sufficiency. With the stroke of a pen, the Philippines charts a new course, one that prioritizes national strength and independence. This landmark legislation paves the way for a stronger, more independent Philippine military. The act is not just a piece of paper, it is a blueprint for the future. It lays the foundation for a military that can stand on its own, defend its shores and protect its people without relying heavily on foreign allies. But what does it mean for the regional balance of power? The South China Sea, a critical maritime corridor, is now at the center of a potential power shift. The Philippines' new stance could alter alliances, provoke reactions, and reshape the strategic landscape of the region. More importantly, how will China, with its own ambitions in the South China Sea, react to this bold new stance? China's presence in these waters has been a point of contention for years. The Philippines' assertiveness could either lead to heightened tensions or pave the way for new diplomatic engagements. This act is not merely a symbolic gesture, it is a declaration of intent, a message to the world that the Philippines is ready to take control of its destiny. The military parades, the salutes, and the drills are all manifestations of this newfound resolve. It is a clear and unequivocal statement of intent. The sight of tanks rolling and soldiers marching with determination sends a powerful message. The Philippines is no longer content to be a passive player. It is ready to assert its rights and defend its interests. It is ready to take its destiny into its own hands. With advanced weaponry and strategic planning, the Philippines is preparing for any eventuality. The nation's leaders and military strategists are working tirelessly to ensure that the country is ready for whatever challenges lie ahead. Forging a shield. The Self-Reliant Defense Act explained. The Self-Reliant Defense Act is not just about increasing military spending. It is about fundamentally transforming the Philippine defense posture. This transformation is crucial in an era where geopolitical tensions are high and the need for a robust defense mechanism is more pressing than ever. The Act prioritizes the development of indigenous military capabilities. This means investing in local talent and resources to build a self-sustaining defense industry. It emphasizes research and development, local production of defense equipment, and the acquisition of advanced technologies. By fostering innovation within the country, the Act aims to create a defense ecosystem that is both resilient and cutting edge. This means less reliance on foreign suppliers, particularly those who might have conflicting geopolitical interests. By reducing dependency on external sources, the Philippines can ensure that its defense strategies are not compromised by international politics. The Act mandates a comprehensive modernization program for the armed forces of the Philippines. This program is designed to bring the military up to par with global standards, ensuring that the country is well prepared to face any threats. This includes upgrading existing equipment and acquiring new assets with a focus on maritime domain awareness, air defense, and cybersecurity. These areas are critical in maintaining national security and protecting the country's vast maritime borders. By bolstering its defense capabilities, the Philippines aims to deter potential aggressors and effectively defend its territorial integrity. This act is a clear message. The Philippines will no longer be a pawn in a larger geopolitical game. It signifies a shift towards self-reliance and strategic autonomy, ensuring that the country's defense policies are dictated by its own interests. The Self-Reliant Defense Act is a bold step towards a future where the Philippines stands strong and independent, ready to face any challenges that come its way. Why China fears a strong Philippines? The Philippines, an archipelago of over 7,000 islands, has long been a strategic player in Southeast Asia. Its location, right at the heart of the South China Sea, makes it a pivotal nation in the region's geopolitics. China's rise as a regional power has been accompanied by increasing assertiveness in the South China Sea. This vast body of water is not just a crucial maritime route, but also a treasure trove of natural resources, including fish and potential underwater oil and gas reserves. This has brought it into direct conflict with the Philippines, particularly regarding the West Philippine Sea. The Philippines has consistently challenged China's sweeping claims, which are based on the controversial 9-dash line, a demarcation that lacks international legal standing. China's expansive claims, often backed by its growing maritime militia and navy, have challenged the Philippines' sovereign rights within its own exclusive economic zone. This zone, extending 200 nautical miles from the coast, is crucial for the Philippines' economic and environmental interests. A stronger, more self-reliant Philippines poses a direct challenge to China's ambitions. The Philippines has been investing heavily in modernizing its military, acquiring new ships, aircraft, and advanced weaponry to bolster its defense capabilities. It disrupts the status quo that China has sought to establish in the region. A robust Philippine military presence in the South China Sea serves as a counterbalance to China's dominance, ensuring that no single nation can unilaterally control this critical maritime corridor. By developing its own military capabilities, the Philippines reduces its reliance on external actors, including the United States. This newfound independence allows the Philippines to pursue its own strategic interests without being overly dependent on foreign military support. This potentially diminishes China's leverage and complicates its strategic calculations. A strong Philippines means that China must now contend with a more capable and assertive neighbor, one that is willing to defend its territorial integrity and national interests. The dragon now faces a more formidable opponent, one that is no longer content to be bullied. The Philippines' growing military confidence sends a clear message to China and the world. It is ready to stand its ground and protect its sovereignty, no matter the cost. Equipping the Philippine Eagle with a modern arsenal. The Self-Reliant Defense Act empowers the Philippines to acquire cutting-edge military technologies, including modern warships, fighter jets, missile defense systems, and cyber warfare capabilities. These acquisitions will greatly enhance the Philippines' ability to monitor its extensive maritime territory, defend against air and missile threats, and counter cyber attacks. Emphasizing indigenous development will also nurture a domestic defense industry, generating jobs and stimulating the Philippine economy. This strategy will lessen reliance on foreign suppliers and grant the Philippines greater control over its defense supply chains. The Philippines is moving beyond outdated equipment. It is embracing the future, building a military capable of standing toe-to-toe with any adversary. Strategic setbacks for China. China's strategic calculus in the South China Sea relies on its ability to project power and influence unchallenged. The Self-Reliant Defense Act disrupts this strategy. A stronger Philippines with a credible deterrent capability complicates China's efforts to assert control over disputed areas. The Act's emphasis on partnerships with like-minded countries could lead to increased military cooperation between the Philippines and nations like the United States, Japan, and Australia. This could further constrain China's actions in the region and strengthen the network of countries committed to a rules-based order. China's dream of regional dominance is fading. The Philippines, once a seemingly easy target, is now a formidable obstacle. A nation awakened. Patriotism and unity surge in the Philippines. The Self-Reliant Defense Act has ignited a wave of patriotism and national unity in the Philippines. Citizens from all walks of life are rallying behind the government's commitment to defending the country's sovereignty. This renewed sense of national pride is evident in the widespread support for the Act and the increased interest in joining the armed forces. The Act has also spurred a national conversation about the importance of self-reliance and national security. This heightened awareness has translated into greater public support for defense spending and a willingness to contribute to the country's defense. This is not just about military might, this is about the Filipino spirit, a spirit that refuses to be subdued, a spirit that demands respect. The dragon's response, uncertainty, and potential flashpoints. China's reaction to the Self-Reliant Defense Act is expected to be a blend of bravado and apprehension. While Beijing might publicly downplay the act, internally there will be mounting unease. Chinese leaders recognize that a fortified Philippines, especially one allied with the United States, could challenge their regional ambitions. In response, China may escalate military drills, deployments, and aggressive rhetoric to intimidate the Philippines. The South China Sea, already a hot spot, could become even more volatile. The world watches closely, hoping that wisdom and diplomacy will prevail.